Welcome to Mr. Wagon's math class. Today we will be talking about the arithmetic sequence. How can I find the next terms in a sequence? Here's an example. What are the three terms of the arithmetic sequence starting from -7, -14, -21, -28? I need the next three terms. Can you find a pattern? Let's organize the data in a table. The position 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the first, second, third, and fourth. But then the term, when the first position has -7, the second position has a term of -14, the third position has a -21, and the fourth position has a term of -28. Did you see a pattern? Yes. The term was increasing by -7. And if that is confusing, that's the same as subtracting a 7. So from -7 to -14, you subtracted a 7. It's the same as adding a negative. So if you subtract a 7 from each term, follow that pattern, you will get the next three terms. Now here's another example. Let's decide if there is an arithmetic sequence from a graph. Notice how all the dots, if I connect them, they made a straight line. So it is linear. It does have a constant rate of change, and I will prove to you that the constant rate of change is the common difference. We can organize the data in a table and see what happens. The position, which is n, which is the x-axis, remember that. When x is 1, or the first position is 1, the term an, which is the y, equal 15. The position 2 has a term an of 12. And the third term has a value of 9, and the fourth term has a value of 6. Is there a pattern? From 15 to 12 is adding -3. From 12 to 9, adding -3. From 9 to 6 is adding -3. So the common difference is -3. So yes, there is a constant rate of change. There is a pattern which is -3. If I want to, I can find any term. Now let's find the 50th term in a sequence. Use the equation of arithmetic sequence, where an is the term I'm looking for. In this case, I need to find a 50, which means I need, what is the value of the 50th term following that sequence? For me to do that, I need to know two things. One of them is the value of the first term, and D, which is the common difference. I need those two to find the value of the 50th term. So let's look at the pattern 14, 11, 8, and 5. What happens? What is the pattern? What's going on to the numbers from 14 to 11 to 8 to 5? I can tell that the value from 14 to 11, you subtracted 3. From 11 to 8, subtracted 3, and subtract 3, and so forth, right? I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to keep subtracting 3 until I get to the 50th term. So what do? I use the equation. Now I need the 50th term, the value of the 50th term. For me to do that, I need the first value. And from this first sequence is 14 plus. Since I need the 50th term, which is the n, minus 1 times the common difference, which we found as -3. Time -3. Now the A, 50, equals 14 plus 50 minus 1 is 49. 49 times -3. According to order of operation, we have to multiply first before we add. So 49 times -3, that gives you -147, and then add the 14 to it. That gives me the 50th term. So A, 50 would be -133 following that pattern. And you can find any term in a sequence following that arithmetic sequence equation. Now here's a real-world application to use the arithmetic sequence. Online bidding for a purse increases by $5 for each bid after the $60 initial bid. There's a table that shows the sequence. They want you to write a function that represents the arithmetic sequence, graph the function, then if the winning bid is $105, how many bids were there? So let's see, how can we write the function notation for this arithmetic sequence? Remember, AN, this is the original for the arithmetic sequence equation. I need the first term, which is A1, plus the term, whatever we're looking for, minus 1 times the common difference, which is D. Did they give me those information? Yes, they did. The initial value is 60. They gave me that. Plus, whatever the value, any term, it would be N, minus 1 times D, which is the common difference. And they gave me the common difference, which is the slope or the constant rate of change, which is 5. So time 5. And since they want it in function notation, I have to use the word F, or the letter F, for any n term. Now let's simplify that equation by canceling the parentheses first. So distributive property, 5 times 1 and 5 times n. Bring the f of n down. That means the function for any n term equals 60 plus 5 times n is 5n, and 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Combine like terms, 60 minus 5 is 55, plus bring the 5n down equals that function notation for that sequence, arithmetic sequence, where 5 is the constant rate of change or the common difference, and 55, if you remember that, is the y-intercept. Now, if you wanted to graph this equation, start at the y-axis at 55, and then increase by 5 for every one term. To find the number of bid that gave me $105, let's replace the 105 instead of the f of n to find the n, which is the term. 55 plus 5n. Isolate n by subtracting 55 first from both sides. And that gives me 5n equals 55. Nope, sorry, gives me 50. And now to isolate n, I need to divide both sides by 5. So n equals 10, which gives me n equals 10, which means this is the 10th term that would have a bid equal $105. Watch how writing the equation would help me find the bid number, or if they gave me the bid number, I can find the bid amount using that equation, and that's why we write the function notation arithmetic sequence equations. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.